Hello everyone, good morning. This is Manoj, your German coach. So thank you for joining in first of all today for our second live session on YouTube, which is for all the learners across globe. So let us just start in this next 2 minutes when others join in the session. Good morning, good morning. So thank you for joining in first of all. So this is Manoj, your German coach. It is our second live session for every learner sitting home, right? And I welcome everyone to my session. So this is our agenda for today. We are going to learn some alphabets and the sounds. What kind of sound is generated when two alphabets are combined or when they interact with the vowels, how they are going to react. And third thing we are going to observe is the syllables. And the last but not the least, we'll wind up with our fourth topic, which is numbers till 1 to 20. Right? So let's move on. So, my good morning again to everyone. Alright, let's talk about alphabets, which is called as das Alphabet in German. Das Alphabet. So this layer the das we'll be learning later on what exactly this das means. Das alphabet. Now German letters are written the same way English letters are written. There is no difference, right? So let's make a list of all English letters we have. You see, everything is same. All letters are same. There is no difference. The only difference we have that these letters they sound different, right? They are not going to be pronounced the way English letters are pronounced. Few are common, right? Let me write it here. Sounds as. Let's do it this way. All right. So in German, this A is known as A, as in father. A. This is the sound of our first vowel in German. A. This here is known as bay, as in bay, bay, bay. This here is say, as in say. This pronunciation, say, say. This is day, day. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Right? The next one is A. A. Now, this is going to be pronounced as same as English vowel A. E at no stage we will be pronouncing as E. we always pronounce this as a, egg, right? So we have F, same sound as in English, F, F. This is K, K, as in gay, gay, okay, that's my second vowel. A, B, C, D, A, F, K. Now this one again I'm saying we never pronounce it as E. It is always going to be pronounced as A. English A. A. F, G, ha, as in ha. That ha sound is going to be there when we pronounce this letter. Right? The next we have is E. Now, this is my third vowel, which is going to be pronounced exactly same as we pronounce English E. Right? English vowel E. That is the sound. We will never pronounce it as I. We pronounce it as E. So let's practice again. A, B, C, D, A, F, G, H, E. The next we have is yacht. Now, always, always sounds as year in uh, sound as ya in yar or year. That year sound. Please make sure that we never pronounce this j as j in German language. Germans do not have uh, tendency to pronounce j. So in Germany, if people might pronounce my name as Manoj, it is not going to be pronounced as Manoj. People pronounce my name as Manoy because they do not know how the J is actually pronounced. So few similar names like Jan, Jan, Jochen. It's always here. Jochen. The year sound. Whenever we pronounce J, it is going to be pronounced as year, and this letter is known as yacht. 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 Okay. Then we have Kha. This is Kha, as in Khan. Khan. Kha. Kha. Okay. L, as in same as in English, I should say, same as in English. L, L, but little extra stress on L part. L. This is again same. M, same in English. This is same as in English. Same sound, same pronunciation, same everything. We have O, O, same as in English. This P sound is pay, which is as in pay, 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 pay. This is my fourth one. Pay. Who, 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 and cuckoo, coo, coo. This is R, R, R. Our sound has little extra trilling than English, than in English. R. In English we call it R. Here we call it R. 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 This is S. Same as in English, but it it has three different sounds. That's what we are going to talk about today. In what cases, what sound? Okay, same as in English. Three different sound. S. This is tay. Tay, as in a tuple. Tay. Tay. Tay, tay. This is oo, as in fool. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This letter's name is foul. That is the name of this letter. Foul, foul. Always pronounced as, or I should say, always gives F sound while pronunciation. F, foul, foul. It is never going to be pronounced as V, but there are certain exceptions. How, when, that we will be learning later on. We'll be learning later on. Way. This is known as way, as in way, way, way. This is X, as in fix, mix, six, X. That X sound. Or if you want to know the sound, it is X sound. Right? You may, hi Pranav, good morning. Pratish, good morning. Thank you for joining in. I welcome you. So Pranav and Pratish, you may please type in yes if my voice is audible, if my voice is clear and you are able to hear me properly. X, X. Now the next one is ideally known as epsilon, epsilon, epsilon. You may initially practice this by epsilon, but its actual pronunciation is epsilon. Epsilon. You can learn it as epsilon initially. Epsilon. It is always going to give you sound of y, as in yar or ear. Same pronunciation as this yacht, always ya. But when we spell this word, this letter, and we are going to spell some names, and this I is there, so we pronounce it as y, right? Epsilon. Now the next is set, set, as in mm, as in psi, but we just add a little t before s, psi. So let's practice while pronouncing some of the words. Let's say my name is Manoj, and I pronounce it as M A N O, yacht, yacht. Good morning, BP. Let's say I have a participant, Pranav. So Pranav, you're going to spell your name as P R O N A V. Pronoun. I have Pratish over call. So Pratish, you're going to pronounce your name as P R E T E S H. I have Mr. Sharma on the call, right? So let's say Sharma, for example. We are going to pronounce it as S H A A R M R. Sharma, right? So this is how we spell our names using these sounds. If you want to practice this sound, or you want to learn the sounds, you want to practice it over YouTube, you can simply uh, type in ABC German rap. You're going to get one video with German rap. I mean, it's good to practice. ABC German rap. All right. Let's. These are the 26 common alphabets we have in German. There are four additional out of these 26. Out of these 26, we have 21 Konsonante und 5 Vokale, vowels. Now, if we talk about some special German characters, we have four. The, there are three vowels, which is this, and this, and one consonant, which is this. Three different. Okay, so this here is pronounced as er, as in pure, sure, mature, very close sound. Though we're going to spend too much of time in the pronunciation of these vowels, which we practiced yesterday as well. I'm going to have a proper session for this one. As in cure, sure, mature. Now, if you have problem or challenge in typing these two um, accent over here, these two dots, right? This is known as O umlaut, right? Which refers to this sound, and you can type in as OE if you have challenge in typing this letter, this vowel on your keyboards, because Indian keyboards you won't be able to find it easily. Uh, Similarly, you can type in as AE, and it is known as umlaut, and sound as in dad, mad, sad, and and this is you can type in as UE, and it is called as O umlaut, sound as in new, screw, few, and U. Do not extend that U sound, just try to and shorten it as short as possible. It's U, U, A, U, A, U. Now this letter, you can write it as double S. It is basically known as S set. We call it S set, and sounds as in his, miss, kiss, s, always that sound. Whenever you find this one, and you can definitely type double S, or you can write double S. So these are the alternative forms to write these vowels and the special German X. There is nothing wrong. Nobody will mark it as incorrect if you write OE instead of O umlaut, RA instead of A umlaut, and so on and so forth. So these are my four additional German characters or alphabet, you should say. So in total, we have how many vowels? 21 English and 3 Germans. In total, we have 24 consonant, and we have 8 Vokale. 8 or 6? 8 Vokale. Next 24, 22. 22 Konsonante and 8 Vokale. Alright. You may please type in any question in the chat box if you have. If you have any question, you may please type in. And this is really appreciated, right? When you are joining the live session in so early, that shows your dedication and your love toward the language. Thank you, Pratish, Pranav, and VP. All right. Any question, you may please type in. No question? Perfect. Let us move to the next part, which is sounds. So in this section, we are going to see how the sound is generated when two or more than two vowels or consonants are interact with each other or are connected with each other. So let us first talk about sound of S. As I said, there are three different sounds of S. There are three different sounds. The first sound of S we have. How can we type the umlaut from keyboard? So VP, as I said, in Indian keyboard there are certain shortcuts, but of course these shortcuts are only going to be possible when you are using the desktop or the separate keyboard. Okay, when you are using the laptop it's not going to be possible if you do not have special extra keyboard assigned, the number pad assigned to the inbuilt in the laptop. There are shortcuts, so let me just give you. If you're using a desktop, you can hold alt key and press 0246 at the same time. This will give you if you're using a desktop I'm talking about, or a separate keyboard. So to get a umlaut you can type alt plus 0228. That's the shortcut key for this one. And for u umlaut it is alt plus 0252. For sz it is going to be alt plus 0223. These are certain shortcuts which will give these accents or the vowels. Right? More questions? Questions are always welcome. Let's talk about the sound. So sound of S, the first thing is sound of S. So S generally generates three different sounds. One is sh, one is z, and third is only S. S. Okay. There are three different sounds which are generated. Sh, z, s, sh, z, s, sh, z, s. Three different sounds. Alright. What is the sound of S? Sound of sh. When is it going to give that sh sound? So, when S is followed by any consonant, it is going to be pronounced as sh. Example, write down examples. Examples. Let's say Sprache. You see, S is followed by P. It is going to give sound of sh, Sprache. Stehen. It is followed by T. Stehen. Spielen. Spielen. Always, whenever S is followed by any consonant. And sound on the other side when S is followed by any vowel. It is going to give sound of Z. Example, singen, singen, sagen, wir sind, and so always, no exceptions. Now there are two possibilities when S is either in the middle of the word of a word or the last letter of a word. We always pronounce it as s, like in English, sound. For example, frist, frist, mist, ist, house, mouse. So you may observe the sound when I am pronouncing these words: ist, frist, mist, house, mouse. Alright? Three different sounds are generated. S has three different sounds. Thank you everyone for joining in. I can see 6 participants are there on the call. Good to see you all. Now similarly, like S, we have sound of CH. We have sound of CH. Now when C and H come together, there are five sounds which are generated. Five sounds. The first sound is sh. Second is also this one. I mean, there are two ways to pronounce sh. Third, we have that ch sound. The ch as in cha-cha. Its third sound as in cha-cha. Sh as in shut up. Or same as in shut. Right? The next sound is x. That x sound. That x as in fox. X sound. Alright? And next we have. So meanwhile, you may please write any question if you have in the chat box. If you have any question, you may please type in the chat box. Okay. Then we have the fifth sound, which is generated as kh. Kh sound, as in khan. There are five different sounds generated when ch comes together. How? In what possible ways? So, when ch when ch is after vowel, which one? I, E, or EI, or IE, or any umlauts we have, or this one. Whenever ch is after these vowels, we are going to pronounce here ch as sh. Example, Sprechen. You see, ch is appearing after e. Sprechen. Sprechen. All right. Okay. Erreichen. See, ch is after ei. Erreichen. Riechen. Ch is after ie. So whenever we have this situation. On the other hand, if ch is after rest of the vowels, any vowel except these 6 or 7, let's say a, o, u, au. When ch is after these vowels, we are going to pronounce it as ch, as in loch, koch, kuchen, kochen. Always that ch sound. Always that ch sound. Ch is after the vowel a, o, u, au. Loch, koch, kuchen, kochen. Right? There is second possible way to pronounce ch as sh, as in shut, if ch is just after s. That means the combination of sch. Example: Schule, Schuld, Entschuldigen, Entschuldigung, which means excuse me. Alright? Whenever ch is just next to s, or the combination of sch, we always pronounce it as sh. Right? Schule, and Schuldigen. Now, when s when there is when okay, when there is e before, just before sch, that means the combination of tsch. We always pronounce this combination as ch. Example: Deutsch, Deutschland, Deutsch, Deutschland. Whenever there is t before sch, when there is s before ch, the sound is sh. When there is t before sch, the sound is ch. The next is when ch is just before S. How it's like CHS. When S is before CH, it is going to be pronounced as sh. When CH is before S, it is going to be pronounced as x, as in fuchs, fuchs, ducks, fuchs, fuchs, fuchs. Right? So this is the sound of CH. This is how it is going to help you to pronounce German words effectively and properly. Sound of S, sound of CH. Let's talk about sound of few vowels, how they react when they come together. Sound of I, E and EI. So when there is I before E, it is going to be pronounced pronounced as E in C, me. When IE, the combination of IE is going to be pronounced as E. Example, we have Riechen. You see, observe the sound. Riechen. This one we just wrote. Riechen. Riechen. Fliegen. Fliegen. On the other hand, if the situation is like I is before E, going to be pronounced as I in I, my, I. Example, erreichen, sein, sein, mein, dein, and so on. This is going to create I sound when E is before I. E is before I. Right. Questions are always welcome. You may please type in any question if you have. The next we have sound of two vowels. Let's say ow. When A and U are together, when they come together, how they are going to react. It is always going to be pronounced as ow in in mm, 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 what is the English word we have? Um, Macau. So German word or Macau. Going to pronounce ow. Example: blau, grau, ow, ow. Hmm? Similarly, there is a sound of EU when E reacts with E appears with U. It is going to be pronounced as oi in boy. Always. Example: noi, noi, oi. What is mean kuchen and kochen? Kuchen means cake, kochen means to cook. We are going to learn this vocabulary later on. VB. Right now, what is important that you are aware of the sounds. Okay? तो अभी हम sound की बात कर रहे हैं. Sound of EU, as in oi boy. So you may open any particular word and just try to pronounce. Observe this combination and practice the sounds. Right. So these are a few tips for you to uh, pronounce words effectively. This was our first part. Let's talk about little bit of syllables. This is very important to have an idea of syllables when we are pronouncing words. So syllables ideally help us to give correct breakings. So we are going to talk about syllables. What exactly syllables are? Though this topic should be taught in A2 or B1, but I always find it relevant when we touch this topic in the initial stages. Okay. Now, syllables are basically the sounds in a word. Okay. How many sounds do we have in a word? Say, for example, I have a word called America. How many sounds do we have? Three sounds or four sounds. A, me, ri, ka. America, right? Four sounds. So, as many vowels there are in a word, there are going to be these many sounds. So, let's say I have a word called Deutschland. How many vowels do we observe in this word? I observe two sounds. One doi, doi, and there is another vowel which is land. So there are going to be only two sounds in a particular verb. So Deutschland, Deutschland, Deutschland. So syllables is basically they are the sounds in a word. How whatever number of words do we have? Okay. So it is actually if there are four vowels in a word, there are going to be four sounds. If there are two vowels in a word, there are going to be two sounds. If there are going to be five vowels in a word, there are going to be five sounds. For example, in this word, how many vowels do I see? E, U, I, U. Four vowels. That means it is going to generate four sounds. So how do we pronounce it? And, shul, di, gung. You observe there are four sounds, okay, syllables. So we have, let's say, monosyllabic words. Monosyllabic words are when we have only one sound in a word, called hand, land, cock, cock. You see, there is only one vowel. Hence, we will not create two sounds of such words. We will create only one sound, hand, land, cock. Right? We have two syllabic words, right? Vater, mutter. There are two vowels you observe, so the sounds are also two. Vater, mutter, two. Two sounds are there. Okay? We have three syllabic words. For example, uh, how about entscheiden, which means to decide. These vocabulary words you are going to learn it later on. Entscheiden, for example, this one. I have one, two, three sounds. And why I consider this one as one vowel, because we just learned this is the combination. When they come together, this is considered as one sound. This is considered as one sound. Okay, they are not going to be considered as two sounds. We only consider this as one sound. I going to be pronounced as E or I, right? Similarly, we have 20 syllables. So in total, we have 20 syllabic words. You can just practice or search on the net, or you just learn it. In A1, it is not required to know these syllables, but when you try to pronounce complex words, this syllable will help you. All right. Questions are always welcome. You may please type in any questions if you have. And of course, as I said, I'll be sharing the Excel sheet with everyone. And I just need to have your email addresses. I have two as of now. Yesterday, I got VP's and Vasant's email ID. So you may please. So in Deutschland, we have two sounds. Right, correct. So we have two sounds, oi and a. That's so right, Pranav. Thank you. In Deutschland, there are two sounds. So that's why the breaking is going to be two. It's Deutschland, Deutschland, Deutschland. Correct. So you may please ping me your email ID. I'll just store it somewhere and we'll share this Excel sheet on your mail IDs. So let's talk about few numbers. So we have 0, We're going to learn numbers till 12 today, and rest will continue tomorrow. This is perhaps the last section for the day, and we are good to go. So, null, zero is called as null. So, if you observe the sound, it is a monosyllabic word. Null, one sound. Eins, again, EI is considered as one, so it is eins, monosyllabic. How do we pronounce it? Please practice. Zwei, monosyllabic. Zwei. Drei, monosyllabic. Fünf, fünf, monosyllabic. Fünf. Sechs, monosyllabic. Sechs. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tut mir leid. Tut mir leid, this is my bad. I skipped one. So it is 4. 4. 5, 6, 7. Again monosyllabic. We have only one. 2. It's two syllabic. Sieben. Two sounds. Sieben. IE is pronounced as E. Sieben. Sieben. We have acht. Monosyllabic. Acht. This one. Neun. Oi. That EU. Combination is EU. Right? Neun. If you see, we have this sound. EU. Going to pronounce this oi. So this is neun. Monosyllabic word. Neun. Same. Again monosyllabic. Same. Same. Monosyllabic. Elf. Elf. The last but not the least. 12. 12. Now you do not need to, you don't want me to write the pronunciation of these ones. You can definitely guess it. It is null, eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, neun, zehn, elf, 12. Right? You can just practice with me one more time. Null, and just you can just speak after me. Right? Null, eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, neun, zehn, 11, 12. Correct. Right? So this sound is important. You can now relate these sounds and the syllables, how important these sounds and the syllables are when we want to pronounce such complex words or big words. So you may please type in your question if you have any. Though I have planned to deliver number till 20, but we should practice it till 12 right now. Remaining, we can do it going forward. Please ask your questions. Please feel free to ask questions. Uh, vowels are not considered as syllables. Syllables are basically the sounds. Syllables are the sounds in a sentence. How many sounds they are going to be in a sentence? Vowel itself is a vowel, right? Vowel is vowel. You just uh, if I see here in your name there are two vowels. Okay, so there are two sounds which are going to be generated. You never pronounce your name as Pro-Nav. We don't pronounce it like Pro-Nav. Two sounds. Pro-Nav. In Pratish, there are again two vowels. So Pratish divides or separates his name as Pritish. In Sharma, there are two sounds. Two vowels, two sounds. Sharma. How to pronounce ish? Ish is ish, Basant. Ish. In south part of Germany, people have tendency to pronounce ish as ich, but that comes under dialect. That is the dialect. That is the dialect. Ish is ish. Right. More questions, please. And this is very motivating for me as well that you are attending the session so early morning and giving me so much motivation. Thank you very much, Vasant. And with this, I wish everyone a great start of the day and stay safe, stay healthy. You may write me anytime on this feedback at German.com, and you can promote this program as a free German program over LinkedIn or other platforms to help others. This is for everyone whosoever is facing challenges nowadays. Right? We should not restrict ourselves to us. We should spread it as much as possible. Thank you very much for joining in. Let's connect tomorrow with our next topic. Thank you. You also have a good day, Vasant. So generous of you. Thank you. Cheers, everyone.